Hi, I'm Mike from Volkswagen at Kamloops, and today we're taking a look at benefits of leasing. First one on the board here would be lower monthly payments. If you're purchasing a vehicle, finance or cash, and it's a $30,000 car, you're going to be, financing $30,000. Whereas with a lease, there's a residual value for the end of your lease term, so you're only making payments on the difference between the purchase price and the residual amount. So that's what your payment is based on, which gives you lower monthly payments. You also pay less interest. Generally on a lease, you're looking at a lower interest rate in general, and it goes back to as well the lower monthly payments. So you do pay less interest because you're not financing it for a longer period of time. Down beneath that, you pay less tax as well. So a lot of these are because of the same reason. You're paying less tax because you make tax payments on your payments, not on the full purchase price. So again, coming back to that $30,000 car, if you were to purchase it outright, you're paying 12% tax on that 30 grand instead of 12% on the difference between that and the residual, probably about $15,000. So you do save quite a bit of tax on the lease payment route. Business write-off is a really common one as well. So for people who own an own business or a realtor, traveling salesperson, etc., they can write off their kilometers and lease payment for tax purposes. Coming over here, you can get the latest and greatest much sooner. With a lease term, generally the most common would be a 3 and 4 year lease. So just like in every automotive company, they have the latest and greatest coming out every couple or every 3 years, something like that. There's always new stuff coming out on the market. So it makes it much easier to get into the newer things every couple years. You're also going to get more value and features for your money with a lease, coming back to the lower monthly payments. Since you have a lower payment here, it lets you go into a higher trim level over here to pay, what you were expecting to pay on a finance maybe. Underneath that, we have kilometers to suit your needs. So if you're a low mileage driver, only do 12 or 16,000 kilometers a year, we can build that into the lease and you'll have a lower payment. If you're a high mileage driver and you need like 30,000 kilometers, we can, usually the highest or the max is 24 or 25,000 a year, but you can pre-purchase kilometers custom tailored to however you're going to drive it each year. So that one's really nice. Below that, easy trade-in process. So at the end of a lease, you just give the keys back. You don't have to worry about us going out and evaluating your trade-in. Because back here, when you first purchased it or first leased the vehicle, we had a residual value for you in 3 or in 4 years, so you knew exactly how much you could buy that car out for at the end of the term. So we never actually have to evaluate a trade-in for your lease. Coming over to the other side here, I really love this one. Accidents aren't going to affect your residual value. The reason for this is because back again, when you purchased or leased the vehicle, we came up with a residual value for 3 or 4 years down the road. Well, if you have a $10,000 or $12,000 accident hit on that 6 months, 8 months, whatever after your initial lease, that can't affect the value we came up with. So if you're unlucky or used to accidents, leasing is definitely a good route to go. Predetermined depreciation. This one's nice as well. Again, we tell you what the residual value is going to be in 3 or in 4 or in 5 years. So you never have to worry about heavy depreciation or unexpected. So like if the market changes, everything goes to electric little cars instead of big SUVs, something like that, and the bigger cars aren't worth as much money, that can't affect the residual value we already came up with for your lease. And then warranty to match your term. So Volkswagen has a 4-year, 80,000 kilometer comprehensive warranty. It is better than most of the competition. They give you a 3-year, 60K lease. So with that 4-year, 80,000 kilometer lease, if you take a 4-year lease term, you're never out of warranty while making payments on a car. So it's kind of an ideal scenario for most people. And then beneath that, worry-free total loss coverage. So kind of part and parcel with the accidents up here. In a finance or a cash purchase, if you don't buy any extended coverages through your insurance company, if you write that car off in 6 months after you buy the car, you're probably going to be in a negative equity situation, which in the car industry, that means you're going to owe more on the vehicle than what it's actually worth on trade or to the private market. With a lease, if you write it off 6 months or 8 months or a year, whatever, into the lease, you're not going to have to worry about that negative equity difference. You're going to be totally covered. So some of these are just a lot of the benefits of leasing. If you have any other questions about this or want to come take a look at some models or talk to me some more, you can give me an email, mike@kamloopsvw.com, or give us a call, maybe stop on in and say hello. Thanks, guys.